All right, so we have been talking about finding equivalent fractions, and today we're going to look a little bit more closely about finding equivalent fractions when they're in improper form and changing them to what we call a mixed number. A mixed number is a whole number plus a fraction or a whole number and a decimal. So remember, all fractions are basically a division problem. So when we see 15/16 like this, we want to think about this as a division problem. A division problem as 15 is what I'm dividing and 6 is what I'm dividing by. So we want to think about some basic facts. What's a basic fact that can go into 15? 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3. What do you think? Yep, it would be 6 times 2 because 6 times 2 is 12, and we find that difference is 3. If I have something less than what I'm dividing, this is known as my remainder. How do we write this remainder? Well, we have two whole groups of 6. We have a remainder of 3, and we were dividing by 6. Can I simplify this even more? Can I find an equivalent fraction to 3/6 and simplify it more? Yep, Mrs. Brown's golden rule. I would divide both of these by the numerator. Can I divide both by 3? Yep. So don't forget to bring over my whole number 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So now we have created a mixed number that is equivalent to this improper fraction. All right, so what I need you to do next, I need you to try these first 4. Yep, there's just the first 4 in the paper. So I'll help you set up number 1. We're going to think about 19 is also 19 divided by 4. I could write it like a long division problem. Whoops, I think I gave you the answer right there. Let's correct this. 4 times what is very close to 19? 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. What is my remainder? The difference, right? How do I write that remainder? The remainder is the numerator. What I'm dividing by is my denominator. So 19/4 is the mixed number. 19/4 is the improper fraction. 4 3/4 is the mixed number that it's equivalent to. All right, let's try number 8. Let's go over to number 8. Remember, this is basically a division problem. 50 divided by 12. So I'm dividing by 12. I'm going to see how many times can it go into 50. Oh boy, I think I need to do some skip counting. What do you think? I've got 12, 24, what's next? 36, 48. Will that help me? 12 times 1, 12 times 2, 12 times 3, 12 times 4. Find the difference. It's 2. So I have 4 whole groups of 12. I have 2 left that I can't divide into groups of 12. Can I reduce or simplify this more? Yep. I can divide both by 2. So my equivalent, or my simplest form, will be 4 and 1, 6. So that's the mixed number that's equivalent to 50/12. This is also equivalent, but this one is in simplest form. All right, you go ahead, and I want you to try number 2 and 9. Let's hit pause while you do that. All right, so number 2, your answer should have been 4 3/10. I can get 4 groups of 10, and I have 3 left over. Number 9, I should have gotten 3 6/8, 3 groups of 8 is 24. Notice, what did I do here if I wasn't sure of my times 8 facts? Did a little quick skip counting. But I can also simplify it more. So the best answer would have been 3 and 3/4. Make sure you have this on your paper. All right. All right, so there's also times that we need to go from a mixed number to improper. So let's look at how that would work. So remember that multiplication is the opposite of division. So let's give a quick example. If I had 4 times 8 is 32, could I also say that 32 divided by 4 is 8? I can. So when I have this mixed number, I'm going to do just the opposite. I'm going to say, instead of dividing by 8, I'm going to multiply 8 times the whole number. So 8 times 5. And then I need to add in my remainder. What is 8 times 5 plus 1? This entire time, my denominator of 8 is just going along for the ride, because I'm always going to have that eighth as a part. So what is 8 times 5? 40. I still have to add my remainder. So in improper form, 5 and 1/8 would be equivalent to 41/8. Okay, so I know that was pretty quick. So let's practice these 4 together. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to multiply my denominator times the whole number. That is 4 times 1. Then I have to add it to my remainder. The entire time, my denominator stays the same. So 4 times 1 is 4. Now add it to my numerator, and I have 5/4. So far, so good. All right, let's try number 8. Again, I'm going to multiply my denominator times the whole number. So that would be 12 times 2. Then I add my remainder. The whole time, my denominator stayed the same. So 12 times 2 is 24. Add my numerator. 24 plus 5 is 29/12. There is my improper fraction. All right, let's try number 2. What do we do? 10 times 1 is what we do first. Then we add the remainder. My denominator stays the same. So 10 times 1 is 10. Add my numerator. Denominator stays the same. Add these two together. I have 13/10. Getting the hang of it? Right. Multiply the denominator times the whole number. Add the numerator. Divide by the denominator. All right, so let's do this. 8 times 5 is 40. I still have to add that remainder. My improper fraction is 47/8. All right, so let's try to do as many of these as you can on your